This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Yeah, that's it. And the league matches were held here. But in some so APP, mine's sporting director, no.
Stop it there. Do be a man. Todd volley.
And yeah, easy crowd. Or say, someone who has no idea about football probably thought 6 plays wasn't good enough for him and said, let's try another coach. Someone who has no idea about football. Todd Bolly. We every my sporting director, Christian and Mahedel. Okay.
You know, why name football? Why? Now why name football? Football be any.
Yeah.
Obi any football.
Kiki Sapon, Doc.
Yes. Or say unim ba.
Yes, you him share.
Yes, you him share.
Yes.
That is where that argument comes in. Your expert, your uncle being game nim, your pandit to her, your commentators or your among for monsieur game no honey or more mabubi da. But you know, a lot of people who have been successful within the game, from coaching, you bet him the ABC administration, most of them any uncle for involved in the game from the very first day. And you bet me your argument set out ball in Boma and in Bom. You bet me your argument is saying the decision or right and now on your right. We've seen several people. My baby to team or more appointed CEOs.
Yeah.
Your home for team now you're more operating as CEO, you're operating as president. A typical example you have to folk. Togo Afede, he's the main man for House of Folk. On one side, running everything for House of Folk now. It is in Europe, you bet me at you any baby. Tina mi bisa say hwan mo nanim ball mu obi a wabo ball da obi a waye ball ho adwuma da obi a waye panditry pen obi a waye commentator pen obi a waye football administration pen. Are these the people that you call say omo nanim football mu ana? I think say ho na Christopher Hedel ho na ninsem ne efriba. So we share the history of Todd Bollier. Baby anywhere what say general ono the football no kwati team we okoye adwuma we okoye obo ho adwuma we okorane club we na ani yi ene na oba beto Chelsea a odi ne group na ba beto a oda no a general person running. There are calls say also Chelsea appointed sporting director to run the club after Marina Grafnokia edi adwuma na eto. But you know how will you conclude say Todd Bollier in ball because on your ball adwuma da because on running football da because on your football administrator because on your coach da na. Now there are a lot of people how am I successful within the game or be any link within football. First of all, Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. You know, ya boni dia ba chere de waye de hu nyate mesemre a chere de Florentino Perez aye. But papa no oya civil engineer. Onkoye football baby ah. He's a civil engineer and bibi abeka fan who be an adwuma no. One Laporta for Barcelona is a lawyer. Dr. Massimo Moratti was a businessman. Claudio Lotito is a businessman. So far Enrique Cerezo for Atletico Madrid. You know, on omo yi movies, omo yi sini, ombe produce movies no. Ejuma ano ye no. Until you can look all around, the same thing applies to Aurelio De Laurentiis. Omo nyina obi anye any link with football from the very first day. But some of them learn on the job. Edwuma no omo kwa no omo ye omo well equipped people within and around them. Omo bo ma edwuma no omo ye no omo ye na edwuma no omo ye ma ne koso. And we have given enough examples and the achievement of these people are betimi abubo omo din no. Bayern Munich model no ye clearly different. So we Bayern from Karl-Heinz Rummenigge e de ba be si Oliver Kahn. You know, omo depend on a deeper omo the football omo bobie no omo di biechi. No more proof beyond reasonable doubt. At a point, Zinedine Zidane was the next person to Florentino Perez and no man advice. And Tidra, Todd Bollier in here, so Bekwa team from Grabrim. And Sana coach Modebo and Swenia Wahu. Todd Bollier in here, so Bekwa running West Ham United, Ako Feli. No, a Basra Beun said Chelsea Modebona Econo. It is not the best. We can argue on the line, say, Thomas Tokanenke was Eko, and I say Nico Isoko. What are the reasons and to me believe say also what are the reasons in here? Some of us believe say go also stay. You bet me go within those two lines. Near be based on our opinion and certain factor. You bet me provide. But the fact that Tom Bolly Asaki Thomas Tuchel no, and only Chelsea are part ways and interest. Todd Bolly Nimbo. You know I'm a fan of Tuchel, but I'm a kind. So Chelsea are always living by their standard. And so Dynamo Zagreb game obviously the next person you know what the Tibet to chopping board will not be the players, will not be Edward Mendy, but obviously the man in the helm of affairs was touchline, and that was open here friend Thomas Tuchel. Until you know the sack, you know, based on a modern boy and the standard of Chelsea, the sixth position in as much as me did to say, your man is got the new players. He needs time to grow. He needs time to build certain cohesive side defensively. No, Timia competing with the very best. No, the sixth position based on the standard of Chelsea is not enough. And that was the point of any friend Christoph Hedel, Eddie Ginato. Chelsea that Caesar is not the best. The argument of Liverpool, Danase, and other teams Danase doesn't come into the picture. And who you Chelsea supporter, who you fan of Thomas Tuchel, they not Chelsea con, who you okay. Were you happy with the thing of events and it happened? Were you happy with the performance of players? Were you happy with players I don't but within a short time? No more deeply informed. And the Omar report is that Thomas Tuchel, I knew him in the first 11. I agree. Most of the coaches have been rotating within the EPL. But you know, and then way, the next day way, and then way, the next day way. And the things were not well, and the man clearly from last season, this season, Maka, the last 5 matches of Chelsea in the Premier League, the only game man conceded was the game against Leeds United in Kwan. Omu conceded in any match. Since you know, almost shots, and after the inclusion of certain new materials, you believe that some of them here upgrade or more experience or more the quality enough to compete. Still, Chelsea were conceding goals. And clearly there was no progression. That's a progression, na issues with club name players who are more performance ni you never go here. You know what do you do?
Only ni say na waba amenebia to ho na Tuchel koto.
You know
what? Waba amena to ho ama Tuchel. So to ma yi na no.
You know, a coach be on the test time. The test time is so to me prove beyond reasonable that you not be fired.
Feel say na so dey.
You know, na so then I agree. Todd Bolly per Ronaldo. Tuchel and Peno. You see, the national 6 matches. No winning in our will be sacked. No.
Okay.
A typical example happened in 1986. Prior to the World Cup, a kake to have been come up Pam Carlos Bilado, Argentina coach. And Pennyfo been a fair to the Copa Choca Crab and told the Yanshe, the games in the Cacra. Now move for Argentina, Eco BC in the nearby country. In their preparation, games or Mubo Yenin in Argentina bombardier. At the World Cup, they won it. And then they had a Diego Armando Maradona performance against England. Was he fired? No. Into coach Bia on the test time. My own Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp. This is the test time of Klopp. It was Liverpool. I feel no bad Liverpool. The pressure as a coach Bia on the test time. It happened to at a point. Na prosperity will show be but it will be not got to accommodate one inside. Yet a lot of rumors. Same thing happened to House of Folk coach Samuel Bodu. You know, are you sure Samuel Bodu is Africa Cup and got what he has? Come up, no, but he won it eventually. Into coach be on a test time. In your test time, say one to me and live up to your billing. Obviously, you face the sack. Into Thomas Tuchel, the test time, and they say season we almost spend £1 million. But he was not churning the results. Into some say for Ronaldo, but also on pay. Romelu Lukaku diskakase about within a short time so on counting in the Juma bill. Christian policy so mobi omubu afu. Akim dia te bu afu or so obeko wa amana nko. Timo Werner omu diskaka akofana about within a short time player no na nya issue amana nko. Na ba bi Dina Park so na te players na open yakofa ba na results na ma. You know that issue of yabo amana na your mo amana doesn't come into the picture. It is a matter of granting the results. Now ultimately my results now no. The issue of Yabo Amna na Yamo Amna it doesn't come if you grant the results.
Okay, and the Yantuaso. Graham Souness, I say, forget analysis and buzzwords. The first rule of football is make sure you are the first to the ball. And Liverpool are miles off where they should be right now. It was what you said. What you said? I said. Maybe I be as well.
No, send me team. Football no say. Forget about analyst and yakohe video. Yakoye way, assess, ya check it there. The first rule of football is to be first to the ball.
Yeah.
And you know, basically, see a ball. And only idea I catch out, see making sure that the be first to the ball. Because opponents near first to the ball, a just want to catch up. But Liverpool ne can one seven. Say Castle Park Nigina, so now Castle Munya first to the ball, they are miles away.
Okay.
They are not even closer. Omo main po. Someone here, Bonoba Castle who plays near first to the ball.
Now, a day near the first to the ball.
1, discipline. 2, quality. 3, form. And a lot tactically. Nina also can be
fitness.
Fitness so can
good selections.
Nina can combined.
Yeah. Liverpool.
You know, I said
are miles off.
Yes.
Where they should be right now.
Yes.
Graham Souness.
You know, I won't say Liverpool. Omo a chance say you know. The first argument our body and was injuries.
Yeah.
Some of us can say that omo problem in injuries. Yeah. Still almost to us when gradually they are getting those people back. But in reality, so what share omu game be now what share Everton now be share Napoli game now. Say certain individuals within the squad that no depend on DP in form. And clearly, Jurgen Klopp cannot depend on those people again. Who are those dependents? Can was them. And Sanema Ayeka, you know, you know, obey first to the ball, you need to be very quick. You need to have that energy as a Franco Ekano, and tactically you have to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And you will mean, sir. 1. So, here's our players here, can no more Liverpool yet tick. Or more rapid, or more first to the baller. You are talking about the runs of Trent Alexander-Arnold and the recovery of Andy Robertson. But then there's a Liverpool match. Or one of the first players are exposed to Omo Pa. Omo Chidaho. Omo first to the ball. Intinana Koya Michel Politano de Trent Alexander-Arnold, any Andy Robertson fast so Ewo Diego Maradona no na Gino and Asem Kitwa. The next person in line. Virgil van Dijk, any Abrante friend Joe Gomez. Now, Mukra de Oka Sawako Masana, Ayana Eni Kakwa. Consider 7 against Aston Villa the previous season. What them against Manchester United? Clearly, they were not fair to the ball against United. And videos going for a dinner. She pass away and look at the movement of Vito Osimhen. Way. Clearly, the opponents are always fair to the ball. Into the back line or more high line without a player to protect them. Into the be a Liverpool for the dinner. Now look at the position of Napoli for on TV. Clearly, Napoli for always fair to the ball. Into head the echoes with TV, so you don't need the magician to tell you the PR Napoli for fair to the ball. Why they are very quick, they are disciplined, and they have the quality. I'm waiting there you on my film. Into January, sir. Into clearly, players now Jurgen Klopp. Depending on uniform, and I've mentioned there are 2 architects, there are 2 channels of supply, and Liverpool who you pa. Virgil van Dijk asem there ya kan sini aka amadinwa obiye say defensively or you very weak. It showed against Manchester United, it showed against Everton, and also nya red card free ball him, but he was padding. A coin or David Osimhen fast or no. They know a coin of fast to tear the last one a penalty neighbor because they not be to Osimhen now against Napoli it was that same thing. Joe Gomez scored and you know look at this one too. And the opponents are always quick. In midfield, Fabinho again wasn't quick, and Mo Salah obeying so what quick feet or what tricky, and he has the ability to score goals. And you know, in the absence of Sadio Mane, I can't Luis Diaz and Kuma. Into Di Lorenzo who said Luis Diaz by hard no she go back around and play it out. Into Napoli game but so what she Liverpool against Everton said the now Anthony Gordon and Brown Nana Musi so quick, you know. Liverpool suffer from quickness and almost suffer from deep in form. Until some back, you know, they need to work their ass out and make sure say all these individuals will be back to form. Into Graham Souness say the Liverpool are my boy, ya bought Jurgen Klopp abaswa Akadia why dear Liverpool from moving them from doubted to believers, ever achieve the Premier League, ever did the Champions League, gradually they are off the pedal. It's some person must have back number competed there, more time, I'm betting they grow in their game at the aba so quickly because yet it's abetiano, not the child. But the reality and the clear picture, Grimson is etting your painting.
But Liverpool fans know who is almost GDO club still.
Club will be a dear dream.
I want show who cries.
Club will be a dear dream.
Liverpool owners almost got touch clubs is as embassy.
Oh yeah, immediately.
Especially almost support.
I've not seen it anywhere to be in Sake club.
Yeah.
I've not seen club out.
The entity still almost GDO on Musa.
The entity almost GDO Munne say. After Brendan Rodgers, Antimiani League now. Omoko slip ma dem baba moko bobo ni tuma mo pamo no. Obe take you over no. From the position na omoda e the ba besi ne. If you are being fair to the Liverpool system. Now we coaches ba from Roy Hodgson, Kenny Dalglish, the Babisi, Rafael Benitez. Now the Babisia. Liverpool at least omun team in the league, but in the Premier League in the last 30 years, they've been consistent under Klopp than all those coaches appointed. Omajiba Kope in 32 years. But again, Omuni Manchester City are competing, and even last season, Klopp was given the best coach in the Premier League. Into Omobile, we say clearly they have won one in the Premier League last season, the FA Cup, the EFL. But at least, baby and Liverpool that can only a fourth, fifth, third. Now they be a more play under Ferguson, under Arsene Wenger. Jose Mourinho by still an entertainment from but at least now they've been competitive within the EPL. Into Omobile, we say looking around. When the coach that believe in you because Klopp Oba no about Champions League final with Dortmund. But Oba in our first Europa and gradually in the EPL he has been competitive and winning several domestic trophies. In Europe, Musa Benitez the Omoji 2005 water talk, and the Omo Belusu ye ewo Athens in 2007. But they feel in all this spell, this is the only time Liverpool have been in the Champions League final 3 times or Majibako. So domestically, they think coach na ye Juma na waye no, and they almost stay so competitive. And apart from under Klopp, coaches no more how many of them you be season and say near your favorite I Liverpool count. But no matter where you look at it from, under Klopp, so share favorite for the Premier League be a Liverpool count. Almost omuntimenye omajiba kope in this tenor, but at least domestically they've been competitive. In Europe they've been competitive. And at least Niema Bebra, you know, first time Man U Liverpool Bobola. Ne easy say Man U Ashe. These are their main competitors and these are their bitterest rivals. But until this season, United for the 2 omono. Yen check it under Klopp. Say they almost see a first watch Man United. In all these aspects, they see their team to be competitive under Klopp. In as much as was spending a lot, I was expecting much better. But within the coaches, Oma Ponte from 1990 the Babisine, they see Klopp to be up there. They see him to be exceptional and they see him to be competitive. That is why Omunyo Madrid say Obi a Kukasa Club out. Omu will believe so basically turning things around going forward. I'm competing.
Okay, Jedida. Usual leaks no more cry. Some real hard of your stories. And did you say be a back could be Rebecca House here? But usual league matches no in Munafi.
I'm just phone and complaining why Gabriel Jesus was not called into the Brazil national team. Minimum the
I've listened to Tite on that. Tite born Abaso, but one can't anything and one give you reason why he never called him. But there was a reason say it do know my meeting as to the Arsenal players. And there was one top journalist after the call up for the two just said Tite want to give opportunity to Roberto Firmino and Matthias Cunha because Martinelli and then Gabriel Jesus will be at the World Cup. And again defensively, Gabriel is likely to be there into Oma, Roger Urbanas and then the Juve boy, Bremer. Chance not they are showing in the last 2 games. Jesus are cementing a position, one of the strikers. It is going to be Jesus, Richarlison, Pedro of Flamengo, and then Cunha or Firmino into Oshe. Firmino or man the chance because he has been off for a very long time. When a national team call up, but they feel say in terms of experience, Obe added a lot to the setup into the last 2 games in the channel. That is why one consider the Arsenal guys, Jesus, Martinelli, because all the call up in the last 1 year they've been part. Until that was the reason given.
In fact, Omoma from Nina in Nyade, Firmino.
No, there's all.
I'm also on the side of Franco Nero. Tuchel sacking came early. Todd Bowley just wanted to give the impression to Chelsea fans that firing coaches is a hobby. I wrote young commercial crew.
Sir Franco and Canary Chelsea, Abramovich and Cameroon Pambe and deep papa. And I'm
the wire identity.
Okay. You look at it before.
Yeah. Okay, you have your matches. Minus the EPL.
Yes.
For reasons I know.
At the match
Elizabeth the second, yeah.
SAM say EPL no, and Wales for league, you know, and a Scottish top tier league, you know, out of respect for the Queen, almost suspending, God save the soul of the precious Queen.
You won't need problem.
From the age of 26.
Okay. All right. Real Madrid ni Real Mallorca and I know omudi boom. Now be a share how if Real Madrid better or more continuity and their top performance now so Real Mallorca had been on and off with the marketing him, but yeah share and come over against Madrid and I said the Ghanaian international be partner because you share Joseph Edu as again the other side and how and the more bono is a year. But unfortunately, things have not been well for Baba Idrisu within the setup. Madrid for the baby or more peja and the baby or Mudia Baby do dinner. Din said Neso Mudina match Muba. Playing against a lower table Mallorca side, Obekasa Mallorca for no, you know more the bonny beso and this is a game our Mubabona at the Benabao. The Mallorca for the bit me to make sure. Say Madrid for no, at the Bakwa Sabe come game when they say they don't score 1, they don't score 2, they score more. Into omu games no ma bono so o yire wo actually hop hard ya at least na mienu bi anase ba ko bi atimi atom but with the presence of Kerm Benzema and then Vinicius Junior up front from La Liga to the Champions League o ma kire say omo players are in terms of goals ombema obebrebe in recent times so you can only hope Bataglia, the likes of Antonio Sanchez and then Dani Rodriguez mo ebetimi a protect Juma Costa mo at the back line say the bear omu consider dodo. But with the Madrid side, you know, a very difficult. Some Mallorca, everything has top four. Mama call for a Madrid win, and I'm expecting them to score more than 2 goals. Barcelona airborne against Cadiz. On that tour, the Javi beat me and they say, Obe rotated the side because Barca were a big game on Tuesday against Bayern Munich. Into Omo Champions League against Vitoria Plazen, and then game against Sevilla. No, Obesi Semukakra, Hector Bellerin, the likes of Baldi. Rafinha man starting the Champions League, Ferran Torres, Frankie Dion, and all those guys will be more opportunity in this particular game. And you expect them some more opportunity in general. Almost so everything taking that opportunity. Cadiz a team who expect to almost Bema Barcelona. That kind of opposition, Barca beat me a struggle. I'm expecting Robert Lewandowski saying goal scoring boot no because from La Liga to the Champions League. And in this La Liga game, I'm expecting Robert Lewandowski to score not less than 1 or 2 goals in this particular game.
Liverpool beba back. I'm a town for any great Franco Naro for me. Nana Osei Kofi Sabia Krovrum Hine.
Nana no pay the Zenka you.
They was in Chiabaro.
Imagine Omo do baby the good club super and back.
That's a good Sabia Krovrum Hine, Nana Chiapa. My name is Abubakar from Gaoua, Burkina Faso. How can you send a primary school teacher to teach a university student? Todd Bowley. Say the Bibri Adwin Yomo. The Abubakar different Burkina Faso, Gaoua, Abaro. On feel say Potter. On no tells you
why.
The wire answer or the Brighton at the knife with a low budget and he's part of the top 6 in the EPL and no one. no but Ranko the
obi anwa on say that need be a big club there India na mo worry
Guardiola, who was Guardiola before Barcelona? Who was Guardiola before Barcelona? No, anyway. Not Jen Wider. But Oba first is your title or compete or Ginina.
Yeah.
Or G League or G Copa del Rey. Or G League. Sergio or G League or G Copa del Rey. Or G the Champions League, or G the Super Copa Espana, or G European Super Cup, and also G FIFA Club World Cup. In the first season, no Nyobia.
Okay.
There were a couple of those, a lot of them.
Mombiga.
The examples will end in Spain and Italy. You talk about Luis Enrique too. You talk about Zinedine Zidane, right? Probably Johan Cruyff, Arrigo Sacchi, Carlo Ancelotti. You talk about other coaches, Massimiliano Allegri. Italy and Spain. But in England, the competition is different. You know, you have top class coaches within the game. Don't you have Conte? You have Klopp. You have Pep Guardiola.
And you have clubs. You know, Italy in Spain now can clubs almost handle, you know, not clubs to say.
From the very first
big
day,
clubs.
Yes. I'm saying the examples will end in Spain and Italy.
And you are because big clubs will end.
You know, I mean, can't say big teams who England man and you. But I'm saying that so ranking the coaches, and if you look at the level of competition in the EPL now, again, me say Premier League from 1990 now, I'm changing the Premier League. 11 coaches now winning. There was no English manager within. I agree, say Obia here platform to excel. But you know, within you, if you are given the opportunity to appoint a coach, you will not go in for Graham Potter.
None of the best one.
Oh, say that's why I cannot.
Now, if it's almost sorry, and England, England. On say, oh yeah, number one. Say Southgate free.
Yes.
For English national team. Only we were born. Oh, too low or new level be also. But England, Juan Casano, Omaf Yebia, Southgate free on the for English national team handle.
Good.
What are you talking about?
I
see the man knows nothing.
There be in casa. You know, Sebastian.
There be no catch say, maybe Chelsea walk off with my handle. Offense 3 Lions. What do we handle Chelsea?
3 Lions. They've gone close to 50 years without a trophy.
Fine.
Chelsea cannot status of the country.
Yes.
This is a country that doesn't win trophies.
But
how much trophies are now?
3 Lions.
They don't win trophies. When was the last time England get a trophy? Have Chelsea gone 2 seasons without a trophy? No. In Abramovich era till currently, this is a coach who was given the Champions League, played 2 finals, lost in the semi-final against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Just 6 games he has been out. You are comparing him to England. Omako close to 56 years without a trophy. No. Into Graham Potter, and when you take I say, technical continuity. San Antonio Conte free in Tamala no ye. So back within the Italian game. And if you bet me the Atwaso, Simeone in that.
This